Good morning students. How are you all? Okay, today we are starting with another part of speech, that is the adverbs. We will be doing adverbs today. We have completed with the tenses. So the next unit we are going to start with adverbs. Now what are adverbs? This we are going to understand. Adverb is that part of speech which modifies a verb, right? It is the words which modify the verb. So adverbs modify verbs, right? Or adjectives. So what are their modifiers of verbs or adjectives, right? Now adverbs are placed after verbs and before adjectives. So they are the words which are placed after verbs and before adjectives, right? So verbs are what? Action words, okay? And adverbs, they are those words which modify an action, like walking, running, talking, singing. Now the girl is singing sweetly. The girl is singing sweetly. So what is this word sweetly? Sweetly is what? It is an adverb. Why? Because it is modifying a verb. Okay? So sweetly word comes as a modifier. Okay? It modifies. Suppose the girl, example, the girl sings sweetly. Okay? So what is the word over here? That is what is the verb over here? Yes, it is sings. She is singing a song. So the girl sings is the verb, and what is the adverb over here? How does she sing? It identifies how. So how does she sing? She sings sweetly. So sweetly is the adverb. Sweetly is the adverb. You understand? So any word which modifies a verb or an adjective is called an adverb. Right? So concept is clear? Now next we are going to discuss the types of adverbs. Okay? So first there are total 6 types of adverbs. How many types? There are 6 types of adverbs. Okay? Now first one, adverbs of place. Adverbs of place. Now in adverbs of place and position. Okay? Now they show where. They show where the action is done. The place where an action is done. Now for example, sit here. One example is sit here. So where to sit? Here. Sit here. Now go to the market. Which place to go? Where to go? To the market. Okay. So this is adverb of place or position. Suppose you are saying sit properly. Sit properly. So properly is what? That is the adverb of position. Sit straight. So what is straight? Straight is position. Okay. So adverb of place. You understand? It identifies where. It identifies where the action is done. Sit here. Where to sit? Here. Okay. Go to the market. Which place to go? To the market. So this is adverb of place and position. Now second, adverb of manner. Okay. Adverb of manner. Now it tells how an action is done. Adverb of place tells where. Where to do. Where the action is done. But adverb of manner tells how. It shows how or in what way an action is done. How or in what way an action is done. Now we will understand adverb of manner with examples. Now run fast. How? How to run? How to run? Fast. Run fast. Then walk slowly. How are you instructed to walk? Slowly, fast. So they are adverb of manner. Now the third one we are going to elaborate on. Now next one, students, we are going to discuss the next type of adverb. It is the adverb of time. Now it indicates time. It will indicate at what time an action is done. Now they show when an action is done. When is an action done? So it indicates adverb of time. Whenever in a sentence time is indicated, when the action is done, then that is called adverb of time. You are going to recognize it that this is adverb of time. Like for one example, he comes here daily. Now what does this sentence indicate? He comes here daily. That the person comes to the place every day, daily. So this is indicating what? Time. How frequently he comes. Now in the sentence it reflects that how many times that person comes. He comes here daily, the frequency of his arrival. So this indicates adverb of time. Or I come to school every day. So what is every day? It is adverb of time. Whenever time is indicated, it is what? It is adverb of time. When an action is done, right? It is adverb of time. Now next one is adverb of degree or quantity. It indicates to what extent, how much, right? In the sentence, adverb of degree or quantity, it indicates to what extent, how much, right? Now, example we shall see. I am very happy. I am very happy. That is, I am extremely, I am too much happy, right? So it indicates how much the person is feeling, okay? So it indicates feeling or quantity or the degree. So that is adverb of degree or quantity. Now, I am very sad. Suppose one sentence we are taking, I am very angry. I am very angry. That means I am extremely, I am too much angry, annoyed, right? So it indicates how much, to what extent. They show to what extent an action is done, okay? So again two we have discussed here. One is adverb of time. It indicates, they show when an action is done. When, it indicates time. He comes here daily. I go to school every day, right? My mother teaches me good manners every day, right? So this is adverb of time. Then adverb of degree or quantity, it shows to what extent an action is done, right? For example, I am very happy, I am very angry, I am annoyed, okay? So these indicate how much an action is done, to what extent, okay? So there are two. Now another one we are going to discuss it. That will be adverb of interrogation or interrogative adverb. Okay, going to the next type of adverbs. We have studied four adverbs, right? The first one was adverb of manner, right? How an action is being done. So that was adverb of manner. In what way? Then adverb of place or position, where an action is done. Adverb of time shows the time, indicates the time at which an action is done. Then adverb of degree, okay, then how much, it indicates to what extent, how much. Now next is interrogative adverbs. Now next we are going to understand what are interrogative adverbs. Whenever a question is asked, whenever an action is done in the form of question, then that is called interrogative adverb. It is used to ask questions, right? Now interrogative adverb, how you will recognize or you understand in a sentence. Whenever a question is asked, you see, used to ask questions. So they are called interrogative adverbs. Like for example, where do you live? Right? It is asking a question. So where is the interrogative adverb. Why are you late? It is questioning an action being done. Why are you late? So where and why. These two words, where, when, how, what, why, which. So they are all interrogative adverbs. So do you understand? Interrogative adverbs indicate question. It used to ask a question. Where, when, which, how, right? So they are the words interrogative adverbs. Next is sixth type, relative adverbs. It shows the relationship between the verb and the noun in a sentence, right? So refers to the antecedent noun. It shows the relationship between the verb and the noun, right? Now, with example, he is the boy who won the race. Now, who word over here, you can just see this who word. It connects the noun. Noun in the sentence is boy and one is the action, that is the verb. So, it brings about a connection between the noun and the verb in a sentence. He is the boy who won the race. Right? Now, my mother is the person who teaches me good manners. So, who over word, the word who in the sentence is a relative adverb. So, I hope you understand what are the interrogative adverbs. They are used to ask questions like where, why, how, when. Okay? Then relative adverbs, they show relationship between a noun and verb in a sentence, right? So refers to the antecedent noun. It refers to the antecedent noun. So he is the boy who won the race. So I hope you have understood. There are 6 types of adverbs. What are adverbs? They are the words which modify a verb or an adjective, right? And what are the 6 types of adverbs? They are adverbs of manner, adverb of place. Adverb of manner indicates how an action is being done, right? Adverb of place, in which place an action is done. Adverb of time, it indicates the time when an action is done. Degree or quantity, it indicates how much or to what extent. Interrogative, often in the form of questions. Then relative, it shows relationship between a noun and a verb in a sentence. So I hope the concept of adverbs and its types is clear to you all. Thank you.